Hey there friends, welcome back to Strange Rebel Gaming. I'm Brianna. Today we're going to be talking about big news. They have found their Nathan Drake for the Uncharted movie, and I say that with a grain of salt because they've said that before. But as of today, it's announced on Deadline that Tom Holland has officially been signed on to play Nathan Drake. Now, your first thought may be, I kind of recognize that name. Well, that's because you probably know him as Spider-Man in the latest Marvel movie.
Nice job, kid.
Thanks.
And to be honest, I quite liked his performance. He is quite witty and charming, and I think he has the personality to play it. But I think everybody's biggest concern is that he's only 20 years old. At least that's what it says on his IMDb page. So you have to wonder, why are we getting a 20-year-old Nathan Drake? Is that really what we wanted? Well, based on the original script, the original new finished script by Joe Carnahan, apparently it was going to be based off the first Uncharted. Now they're changing their tune. It was basically reported to happen like this. They watched the latest cut of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. Hulk gives it away.
They realized that Tom Holland would be a perfect fit for the Uncharted franchise and said, we're going to make this around him because he's perfect and we'll have to figure the rest out. Which I find very interesting, and I think they might be right. These days, it's all about a franchise. And I have to say, I was really worried when I heard Uncharted was getting a movie iteration. I would love to see it, but I really, really want to see it done well, and I think everybody can agree with me on that. So I was really concerned when they originally said maybe Mark Wahlberg would be playing Nathan Drake. I just don't see that. And a lot of people were tossing around the idea of Nathan Fillion or Nolan North, who voices Drake in the video game. You know, the one thing that everybody said that they had to get right was the casting of the characters, and especially Nathan Drake. And there's been lots of tossing and turning and ups and downs and people signing on and people leaving, and that's true for the director and the writer as well. And so it's interesting to me that they found their Nathan and said, we'll work the rest out. I think that's really the way that they had to do it. As far as, do I see Tom Holland as a perfect Nathan Drake? Only the real Nathan Drake could be the perfect Nathan Drake. He is my lover, I wish. But I think that Tom Holland could bring something really interesting. He is funny and he is smart and he reads as quite charming and almost a little bit devil may care. But he's young, and that's the biggest problem, except they're going to be writing around it. So apparently the first script was going to be based off Uncharted 1. Now they're going back to the idea of flashbacks and a younger Nathan Drake and starting his adventure. It's going to basically be, from what was reported on Deadline, a prequel to the Uncharted games. And they're going to be going back and looking at Nathan Drake as a 20-year-old and what kind of adventures he was going through then that made him become the adventurer he is today. I don't know if that's going to go well. To be honest, the perfect place to start was the Uncharted 1 game, because you have Nathan Drake digging up the grave, or the coffin, the watery tomb of Sir Francis Drake. It tells the story of his family. It tells his backstory. It is his beginning. And so to have another beginning story, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be feeling about that. I am a little bit disappointed that they have managed to push the timeline back farther and farther and farther and farther. Originally, casting and shooting was supposed to begin in spring of 2017, but we all know that didn't happen because they've just now casted their star and decided to completely rewrite the script, which makes me wonder, will they be having Joe Carnahan write the script again? Apparently, Sean Levy is still attached to direct. That's a perfect director, in my opinion. He did Night at the Museum, which is a kid's movie, but it is full of action and full of stars, and he knows how to make it work. But more so, he's a producer on Stranger Things, which was a big hit, and he was also a producer on Arrival, which won an Academy Award this year. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Sean Levy has the credentials, has the gusto in the industry. Tom Holland has the credentials for the industry as well. A little known fact about how things work in Hollywood, you really can only secure a budget once you secure your star, and your stars have a general range of money that they can generally bring in based on the other things that they've done. Tom Holland, he's a Marvel character. In fact, he's Spider-Man. He can bring in the money. And I think that's going to be really good and important for the Uncharted series. In fact, it's one of the most important things is that they cast a star that can bring in a budget for them, because I don't want to see a cheap movie of Uncharted. I want to see good CG. I want to see amazing action. I don't want to see something that looks low budget. And for that, they need a budget. They're going to want to be spending lots of time and effort and putting a lot of love and care into this movie, and that costs money. And Tom Holland can get that for them. So I think that the idea of going with Tom Holland was really smart. He clearly wants to do it. I'm happy for that. But I do wonder what it means for the story of the first Uncharted movie, because as far as what I would like to see is for this Uncharted movie to do really well and for us to get many, many, many movies after that. But the first movie has to be really phenomenal for that to even be considered. And so I'm really hoping Tom Holland can pull it down, but I want to know what you think. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you think that Tom Holland has the je ne sais quoi to take on the role of Nathan Drake, the iconic, beautiful, handsome, charming Nathan Drake. If you think Tom Holland can do it, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. And of course, I'm always interested to see who you think would do a better job. Oh, and tell me who you think would be a good Sully. A name that keeps getting thrown around is J.K. Simmons, but I don't know if it's really there for me. After I saw J.K. Simmons in Whiplash, I was like, he's a little cold. I don't know if I want him to be my grandpa. But from what we know of Sully, maybe you don't want him to be your grandpa either. It's just an interesting debate, and I'd love to know what you think. So don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with all your friends so they can enjoy it too, and stay up to date on Uncharted movie news, and subscribe to Strange Rebel Gaming so you don't miss the next video. I love the idea of an Uncharted movie. I will be following it very closely, so subscribe if you want to see more videos about that and keep up to date. That's all. I love you guys. Bye!